I don't have a bit for this video. I'm just gonna start it. So, have you ever wanted to learn everything you ever wanted to learn in the world? So every once in a while, you'll just notice something that starts popping up on YouTube. Sometimes you just see videos that look very similar at a face value. Like for example, those body cam videos when crooked cops realize they've been found putting drugs in someone's car, and then the thumbnail is some fat fucking guy just standing there and saying, "Wait, you're recording?" I don't know what this genre of content is, but all I know is that it can be summed up in one word: information. You can look at one of these and you can say, "Oh, I know what that is. I saw that. You know, I saw these things." Potential backstory I can give. There was this channel called Redeemed Zoomer, and it made a video called All Christian Denominations Explained in 12 Minutes. As far as I'm concerned, this is the first type of video to use this genre of thumbnail, unless this channel made something beforehand. But as far as I'm concerned, this is the first channel to use this format. If you can find something older than when this was uploaded that uses a thumbnail similar, let me know. I'm just going to assume this is the first. Apparently this video really popped off. It's someone explaining their niche. It's explaining Christian denominations, because I don't even understand what those are. I'm not really into competitive Christianity. Having a video that, you know, gets into the nitty-gritty of something you might not understand, cool. I just want to put this. It takes a general topic and explains the nuances. That's what I think makes this so effective. It takes a general topic like Christianity, very broad and vague to some people, and it tries to explain parts of it more. Now we're gonna look at everyone who's chewed this up and spit it out. I found like a sort of similar thing to this, where you go from Christian denominations explained in 12 minutes to somebody going every afterlife theory explained in 10 minutes. More than anything, I want to talk about these thumbnails. So every creator you talk to, they'll have like their own interpretation of thumbnails. They'll have their own thumbnail theory, their own ideas for what makes a great thumbnail. There's not a perfect way to make a thumbnail, but you can at least optimize it to some extent, or, you know, have an understanding of how to market your video, right? I have my own theories. Sometimes I forget to use them, but what makes a thumbnail the most appealing? Everybody has a different answer, but I think the most attractive thing a thumbnail can be to a viewer can be summed up as color. What do I mean by that? Color. The more color, the better. Brighter color, better. Just color. That is what my thumbnail theory has been summed up as. And now you can make your own thumbnail. If you want to come to me and say, "Hey, how do I make like a good thumbnail color?" What do you mean by the color? This is like the most boiled down, concentrated form of color. And these videos, they get views. They get a lot of views. You know, I haven't clicked on one of these videos yet, but I'm scared. I'm scared that I'm not going to be able to talk about anything else with these videos. I'm gonna play every Afterlife Explained first, and then I'm just gonna get into it. I have a fear with trying to talk about these videos, and I think you'll know what I'm talking about when I click on this.
Simulation theory. This idea proposes that our current reality that we experience as humans is actually a simulation.
I already know what this video is going to be called. It's going to be called InformationTube. There's a reason for that. This is pure information. With that comes no personality. You don't get a salmonella. Even Watch Mojo has more personality than this. I said the thumbnail was boiled down, but this genre of content might, in general, just might be one of the most concentrated forms of just digesting something. There's no like cool, interesting, perceptive way to engage in this. It is just information. It's just information. That's what it feels like, at least.
Rastafarianism. Rastafarianism is an Abrahamic religion that developed in Jamaica during the 1930s, and it is based on a specific interpretation of the Bible. They believe that Jesus...
It's not like Bill Nye is explaining this to you. It's not even like Neil deGrasse Tyson is explaining this to you. Even though that guy is annoying, at least it's like, you know what I mean? This isn't a person. This is a prompt. It's like someone going into an AI prompter and saying, "Give me a list of afterlife theories." This spews out and you just make the video. There's a lot of AI images in this video too, actually. But you know what? Does it really matter? Because this has a 1.5 million views. 1.5 million. I don't even have that many views on my channel, let alone, yeah, one video. And I'm not envious. I want to get that out of the way. I'm not jealous that this person has more views than me. Because the thing I crave the most in a YouTube channel is probably a personality. I really love personalities in videos. I can't get enough of it sometimes. This is basically the antithesis of what I like and what I watch. And that's a personal preference. This is something that's just so nothing. This is the most nothing content I've seen. I'm already getting really deep into this, but you can watch this and say, I don't mind it. I think 98% of people would watch this and just say, I mean, it's not bad. I don't mind it. But that's kind of the issue I have with it. It doesn't evoke evoke anything. It evokes no emotion. And you can do that when you try to share information. I mean, this is an afterlife theory. It's so boring. Yeah, you have the paint guy explaining every afterlife theory. What if I go to his channel? Explaining interesting topics with MS Paint. Does he use MS Paint? This is a weird thing I noticed. So this guy's the paint guy. This guy is called Paint Guy. What do you know? There's another channel called The Paint Explainer, explaining every paradox in 8 minutes. And then there's another one called Every Paradox Explained in 6 Minutes by the Paint Learner. The Paint Learner made his own video about every paradox, except he got a quicker speedrun time. He did it in 6 minutes instead of 8 minutes, so he, he's better at this than you are. Despite everything, I try not to get too obsessive over the YouTube algorithm. I don't like it saying, oh, the algorithm overlords are controlling everything. I get annoyed by that, but this is some of the most algorithmically baiting content I have ever seen. So basically, when you click on a video, there's a lot of things that happen, right? YouTube wants to recommend you videos that are similar to the video you just watched so you'll stay on YouTube longer. And this guy does the most degenerate thing where he goes, oh wait, this guy said every paradox in 8 minutes. Oh, well, I'm gonna do every paradox explained in 6 minutes. He changed exactly 2 things. He added the word explained, and it's probably just because of algorithmic benefits. Like again, what about this guy saying every afterlife theory explained? He's gonna grab that explained part, put it in his title. It's gonna give him a boost. And the only reason this video probably doesn't have as many views is because it's directly stolen. Some guy just already explained paradoxes. You can't exactly do that again and expect people to be surprised, but this guy probably doesn't mind sloppy seconds. And even in the comments, it says, this is stolen. Do you have no shame? This thing is stolen from someone else.
Grandfather paradox. If you use a time machine to stop your grandparents from meeting, you might prevent your own birth. But if you were never born, how could you have used the time machine in the first place? Grandfather paradox. If you use a time machine to go back in time and stop your grandparents from meeting, you might prevent your own.
And honestly, it's a lot easier to be upset over a stolen video. Don't get me wrong, it upsets me too. Come on, this got 13,000 views. I'm a small channel. A number like that is important to me. If I had 13,000 views on a video, that would be a success, okay? This is the second and third video I just randomly found about this topic, and they're the exact same video, which I would have liked that to be further into the video, but isn't that telling? This is the level of stooping down these channels can go to. Every type of humor explained in 10 minutes. Why not? What more can you say about this? I'll find more to say. Right now, we just see a bunch of robots talking, but I want to find something human. I really want to find something that we can connect to, we can look at, we can smile at it, we can cry at it, we can laugh at it, we can get angry at it. Something that just evokes. And what better way to do that than look at every type of humor explained in 10 minutes? You know, maybe we'll get a good gag or we'll get some black bile. We'll see.
No Soap Radio is a fascinating and slightly cruel prank. Imagine you're in a group, and someone tells a nonsensical joke
that has no relation to the body of the joke, while the comedian pretends that it does by laughing.
This guy just made a video where he explains jokes. This is the least human thing you could do! What is the difference you could possibly make between this and the other stuff I just watched? Man, I need a video! And all these videos are the same video. They're the same video. If this is monotonous, then my video is gonna be monotonous. I need help! And all these videos are trying to scrape useless information. It's got me scraping for material. I don't got anything here. There's a part of me that's losing the battle here. I'm just wondering, are you really interested in this topic? I'm losing interest. I hate this. I hate this so much. I'm sorry, Rith. What did I ever do to you? Call you the worst content on YouTube? And I got a good video out of that too. I got a great video out of Rith. What about this? The ultimate dark humor compilation.
Hand them a used tampon and ask them what period it's from.
Ah, that's gross.
I don't know what to do. All it's doing is making me annoyed, and I'm powerless to stop it. What do I do? They try to do a try not to laugh, and it's like the most. This is dark humor for people that play Cards Against Humanity. You know what's weird? I took a nap today, and I had a dream about a serial killer torturing someone in a meat locker. Does anyone know what that means? What about Smart Painter? Okay, and he has the 10 strangest deaths explained in 9 minutes. Oh my gosh, this is WatchMojo top 10 deaths. Oh boy.
Despite her attempts to stabilize herself, she tragically fell into one of the open tanks and drowned in 15 feet of human waste.
Okay, this video is way more fucking depressing than I thought. Like, these are apparently watching a video where you just talk about people's deaths. It's kind of a mood killer still. I see this video called "Every Dumb Killer Explained in 17 Minutes," and it does something that no other thumbnail is doing right now. It has these balls, and I know what these are, but there's these things called country balls, specifically the country of Poland. And for some reason, people really like these balls because they represent countries. So they can make little comics where the countries interact with each other as balls. They're simple, easy to understand. I didn't expect this to be one of the thumbnails I would see. Forget all this depressing strangest deaths. Let me look at something way less depressing.
And unlike the others, the man was smart too, a former army guy who was apparently good at covering his tracks.
Wait, what? Smart? Bro, you just had a video, "Every Dumb Killer Explained." You just said he was smart? I don't think something's adding up in your brain. But there's a strange thing I noticed with serial killers where I noticed like serial killers were extremely popular in the 70s and 80s. There's serial killers before and after. Well, yeah, I understand that. But specifically in the 70s and 80s, that's when we just saw the most like serial killers, and they just like, oh, I can't resist the urge to murder people. Isn't that strange? Like, isn't that insane? Obviously, that's why we're so interested in them, but I want to think about this a little bit more. Lead poisoning makes people more violent. And when did lead poisoning infect people the most? The 70s, 80s, the 90s. People were huffing up so much of that lead in the atmosphere. My theory is that the reason serial killers were so prominent during those times was just people who were already fragile in the mind. They just had so much fucking metal in their head, like that pushed them over the edge, and they were essentially inhaling CTE, right? And then their brain just fucking collapses on itself, and they say, all right, time to murder people. I can't control the urge anymore. I gotta murder people. That's my theory, is lead poisoning is why serial killers were so popular back then. And then we've gone back to the days of just like a single person dying. Worst case scenario, you know, is some husband that like murders their wife and kids. That's the worst that happens nowadays. We've had it way worse, you know. When was the last time a cult just said, all right guys, we're all gonna die now? It just doesn't happen anymore. You know, people are scared about microplastics, but damn, that lead messed a lot of people up. I'll take microplastics over lead is what I'm saying. Any day of the week, I'll take microplastics over lead. What was it talking about? Every Dumb Killer Explained? What's the deal with the balls? I mean, is that just his way of trying to diversify what I'm already seeing? You know, I'll take these balls over the colors. I just thought they would be a little bit more prominent. Like the little characters in the videos would be, you know, these balls, and they're representing the killer. I don't know. This is just like a weird generated photo of some ball.
He demanded $30,000 in ransom from her family, even though Samantha was already dead. But he made the dumb decision to use her debit card.
Made the dumb decision to kill someone in fucking Alaska and ask $30,000. Who the fuck in Alaska has money? You know what? This guy... I'll take it. He's the humanity I found in this vast wasteland of... Now that I've actually found what I've looked for, you know, let's go back into the depths. Go back into the dungeon and just see more nothing. Because I got more nothing. Trust me, I got a whole lot more nothing to talk about. Every type of war explained in 8 minutes by Dr. Explained.
Cold War. The Cold War denotes a geopolitical...
All right, I'm bored. I'm bored of it already. This is boring. It's the exact same video. How about we look at another video? How about every war strategy explained in 8 minutes? Ooh.
Sniper trap. The sniper intentionally shoots to wound and...
That's crazy. All right, I'm already bored. Let's go to the next one. All right. How about every isolated tribe explained in 14 minutes? Oh my gosh.
North Sentinelese tribe. The Sentinelese tribe is known for its...
I get sick to my stomach just watching the first 5 seconds of all of these because they're all the same. I was like, oh, let me go back to these videos again. They're already so repetitive. They make me sick. I mean, I get the hustle. You start the video with no introduction. You just get straight into it. It's an immediate hook. I get that. I get that. A defense for these videos would just be like, oh, it's just background noise. Listen, there's a reason pregnant mothers play classical music for their baby, okay? They want the baby to be healthy and smart when it's born. I don't know if the classical music is a myth or whatnot. If my child is being born, it's gonna be hard to control the music because it's in my baby mama's womb. But I got my ways. I got my methods. I'm gonna say, oh, honey, you're playing classical music? Oh, let me just, let me put on this classical music for your stomach. And I'm gonna play fucking Dirty Sprite 2. My baby is gonna be cool. Same thing here, okay? If you're gonna do background noise, get some good background noise. You know, you don't want this. This is white noise, okay? If you're gonna get background noise, you're gonna get something that's cool. You're gonna get something that's hip. You're gonna get you're gonna get this guy. You're gonna get this fucking guy in the background noise. He's gonna talk like this the whole time, but he's gonna be really fucking cool.
So if anyone dies from malaria or anemia, Kakua is blamed. And to stop the demon, the Korowai people capture, kill, and eat the flesh of anyone suspected of being possessed.
Sorry, I do that every once in a while to make the neighbors think I'm having sex. Let me look at some of these recommended. You know, I have this one that's just pure Chinese and there's Donald Trump in the background. What's that all about?
네, 6월 12일 수요일입니다. 비트코인 67,300달러 마이너스 3%, 이더리움 3.
What the fuck did I get into? What about this guy?
테라 루나 사태 건도형이 미국과 6조 원의 민사 합의를 했는데 말이 안 되잖아요. 6조 원이 어디서 났어?
And he's got a cute teddy bear in the background. You love to see it, folks. All right. Let me get back into InformationTube. I'm getting distracted. I distracted myself with Chinese propaganda. I'm gonna watch every worst natural disaster explained in 12 minutes. Oh my gosh.
Love canal contamination. In the 40s and 50s, a company thought it was a good idea to bury chemical waste in a neighborhood in Love Canal in Niagara Falls, New York.
That's crazy. That's crazy, man. They put a bunch of chemical waste in a... There's a better way to do this. You know, some of these stories I've seen...
Anthony Garcia. Anthony was a former doctor fired from a job.
There's just more interesting ways to present serial killers. I'm gonna be honest, the only reason I probably watched that video was because it was about serial killers. Like, serial killers are just interesting. Like, why are you killing so many people, right? Like, look at Dateline. Like, I could make a more interesting story about a serial killer, but just like that. What was his name? Anthony Garcia? The doctor that was terminated, which led him to terminating? You never heard of him? Oh, well, wait till you hear about this guy. Get a load of this guy. What about can I look up every national tragedy explained? I can only make this so related, but I don't really know how to explain it, but I see another one of these types of videos. I kind of forgot about these, but you know, these aren't as bad because they're only like 2 minutes long. They're only like 2.5 minutes long. They're not explaining stuff in 6 minutes, 8 minutes, 12 minutes, 6 minutes, 45 minutes. They're explaining it in 2.5, and that's shorter. So it's a little bit more bearable to go through. It's a little slideshow of natural disasters. I was trying to look up national tragedies. I couldn't find anything. None of them have explained the Oklahoma City bombing, so I'm waiting for them to get around to that. That would be kind of exciting. That's all I have to say about these channels. Okay, so you know, it's the here's the Ultimate Dad Joke Showdown, and I see this. Yeah, man. Who the fuck do they think they are? All of these people look like ripoffs of other YouTubers. This is a ripoff of Mr. Who's the Boss. This is a ripoff of Matt Pat. This is a Logan Paul ripoff. I need to pass these people in subscribers. Their merch is $70. Gotta start a 2024 presidential campaign to pass these people in a subscriber count. Okay, we gotta start this. There's content that makes you laugh, cry, and think. This is just a bunch of fucking dad jokes.